Well, guys, it's Monday night, and I was going to tinker on the single cab a little bit. In fact, I started tinkering on the single cab. Here's the original mat. Just got done pressure washing it. A few little cracks, really minor cracks. This is in way better shape than the rubber mat that's even in like my deluxe, which is actually kind of pieced together in a few spots. I mean, obviously this has just been sitting forever, but it's been sitting under, 5 or 6 inches of dirt, basically buried in the ground. So pretty cool how clean that is. I started looking for seats. I've actually got 3 seats right now. I've got the seats for the double cab, and then I've got a front seat. Actually, I've got 4, because I've got the front seat for the 57 combi over in the corner, the bare metal combi, and I've got the front seat for the 58, the palm green sand green. But when we dug up the single cab, the only seat that was there was the seat back. And actually, to be honest with you, when I mean it's not in bad shape, but I was just looking at it, it's like, oh man, it's kind of trashed. I threw it in the back of the truck and we drug it home, but I was honestly thinking I'd just grab a whole nother seat for it. But then I got online today and I started looking at what seats are going for, and I was just kind of shocked. It's been a while since I bought one. I mean, middle seats, kind of like what we got sitting over here. This is actually the middle seat out of the deluxe. Actually, here's a bunch of hardware I just picked up for the 67 Westie that was missing all the top and the hardware. Ended up picking this up off of Instagram. I just put kind of a wanted ad on Instagram, and a user on there by name of Cats and Buses actually had those. I got a killer deal on them. I really appreciate him hooking me up. But these middle seats, this is actually my middle seat out of the deluxe. Still all of its original upholstery. Kind of a shame that it's just sitting here like this, but I honestly never run it. But at the same time, I don't want to get rid of it because it's the original seat to my bus. Those seats are nuts. Middle seats have always been nuts. But these seats are crazy. Guys are asking, I don't know, way too much money in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and run this seat back. But I am in the market for a base. So if anybody out there has a seat base, even if it's just a frame like this, I'll take it. I'm interested. Of course, for a decent price, and shipping and all that's obviously we got to figure that all out as well. But I'm in the market for a seat base. I'm in the market for a full seat. If anybody has one, they wanna sell me. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you have. Shoot you my email address, and you can get me some photos so we can try to figure it out. But yeah, the seat is gonna set me back a few bucks, unfortunately. Even to reupholster, if I can find another base similar to this, the reupholstery and everything is going to cost me more than I paid for the truck. But of course, I didn't pay anything for the truck. It was actually given to us, so that's a no-brainer. There's a little more of the backstory on the truck. I think I mentioned a couple videos ago that we had a neighbor stop in, wanted me to wire up a block heater on his truck, and told us about this one. And then I don't think I told you the rest of the story. The rest of the story is we head out there to look at it, and I tried to kind of get a feel for whether he would sell it or wanted to sell it or would even consider selling it. And so I finally asked him, I said, what would you sell this to me for? What would you take for it? And he just kind of laughed at me, and he said, man, if you want to dig it up, he's like, it's yours, you can have it. So we were actually given this single cab by my buddy Chad. Actually became really good friends with Chad and his wife Alexa. They're really cool people, just genuine people. And even though they've moved down the street a ways from us onto a little bigger farm, we've stayed in touch with them, and they're really cool people. But I've been soaking in here again with the Gibbs oil. The thing I like about the Gibbs, it doesn't seem to be hurting the paint at all. some of the other suggestions that I've had for penetrating oils, I just worry that if I leave it sitting on the paint that it might you know hurt the paint or start to bubble up. But check out the fuel, let me think here. Sorry, sometimes this is obviously all unscripted, but the gas pedal, let's just call it that. The gas pedal was basically frozen down when I got it. When I was washing it, I forced it up. But I mean, look at that. It is basically completely freed up now just by soaking it in the Gibbs this afternoon. I've been soaking the e-brake and it's still rock solid. I've been soaking the excuse me, the shifter as well. It's pretty solid. I really need to get up under there and blow out some of that packed in dirt, and I'm probably gonna have to just pull all of this out, obviously, clean it up and lube everything. And underneath of this bus is going to be a huge project. Anyways, there's a little better shot of that interior. You know, that last video that I posted, this looked really bright, and the more it dried out, it kind of came back to that more pale sealing wax red, which I just really a good looking color, one of my favorite colors. Package tray is a little rusty, or excuse me, not package tray, but the what would you call this guy? Just the dash tray here, I guess. Again, when I'm freelancing here just on the fly, sometimes trying to come up with the exact names for things is not as easy as when you're armchair quarterbacking. But I appreciate you guys very nicely correcting me from time to time when I mess up. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I got the mat cleaned up. I was actually going to start cleaning maybe the treasure chest area, and then I just got a call from a friend of mine, and he said his exact words, well, almost his exact words were, "I'm stucker than, let's say, poop." But and then the buddy that came up to rescue him was also stucker than poop, and there was a third truck there, and they had just broke this big heavy duty strap. So I got the Syncro out front warming up. I've loaded up my 12,000 pound portable winch that I use for snatching cars out of fields. I've got a battery. I've also got a couple of heavy duty straps. I've got several small chains and hooks and another one or two small straps. And I've got my mat tracks, even though I don't think I'll be busting those out because those are for self-recovery. I don't need some big Chevy truck spinning the tires and busting up my brand new mat tracks that Stacy and the girls got me for Christmas. So anyways, rather than working on this bad boy, like I said, the Syncro's outside running. We're gonna head up into the hills and hopefully we can just kind of winch them out. Hopefully I don't have to hook up to them with the Syncro, because the last time, a couple weeks ago, I was up pulling a Jeep out and I kind of tweaked my rear bumper just a little bit. Anyways, guys, let's go see if we can rescue these guys. So I'll tell you kind of a funny story with this truck. This truck actually used to belong to my friend Dan. He's since sold it to his son Kyle. That's actually who's stuck today, is Kyle. But probably 3 years ago, I was up playing in a little canyon not far from our house called Black's Canyon in January. It was fairly deep snow, and I was back in messing around with my new slow-mo feature on my iPhone, and I ended up getting high-centered. So I called Dan. He came down in to tow me, but before he could get to where I was, he actually got stuck. So Dan ends up calling me and he says, "Hey, look, I can't even get into where you're at, and I'm stuck." And so I got out my jack. All I had was just the stock Vanagon jack, which actually works really well. Put it into the jacking points, just lifted each corner of the bus up individually, shoved sagebrush under the tires, ended up driving out back up the canyon to where Dan was stuck, hooked the Syncro up to him, and ended up dragging him all the way back up out of the canyon. So I've actually rescued this truck once before when he was attempting to rescue me. So I did a little digging and I actually found that footage that I'm telling you about now, and I'll go ahead and include it at the end of this video just to show you what I was doing when I got stuck. You call me for a tow and you end up on YouTube. Supposedly have 2 trucks stuck and 1 almost stuck. A broken tow strap. There's a road closed sign up there.
Yeah, I
don't know if you saw that.
I had that conversation with them already. We wondered if you were stopping there to take a photo of it.
I was just setting up the camera because I said, you know, you call me for a tow, you end up on YouTube. So.
I didn't call you for a tow. See if that super booty strap will work. No, I'm telling you.
I got this one, or I got this one. I'm to go with this bad boy.
I give you that one. You got that down the Army surface.
That should do it, shouldn't
I
it?
don't know how we're going to get it onto his truck. Okay. We'll get this strap over around your.
Here's a ring for it. Oh, there's another one of those. We're gonna let them break their vehicles, and I'll just hang out. Apparently, this snow, packed snow here, is several feet deep, and it looks like they probably broke through and got high centered. And then they were trying to pull looks like an older square body Chevy, trying to pull that out with a 2001 ton crew cab, the big block, and they snapped the strap. So I brought over some big straps that I have. I think the strap they're using right now is military strap that they use for like towing out heavy equipment. So like I say, see if we can just let them do their thing. And I won't bend the Syncro. I went and rescued a Jeep a couple weeks ago, and I've got some early Go Westy bumpers on the Syncro right now. I actually bought a burnt Syncro, total burnt Syncro that had the bumpers on it, pulled them off, refurbished them, and I think the hitch that somebody put in is not the Go Westy hitch, just an extra hitch, and it's not super strong, and I ended up kind of bending the bumper around a little bit trying to tie off on that hitch. is once you break through that crust, it just sucks you down. Don't want to do that again. All right, they got him out. We got one more to get out, I guess. You break through that crust and it just sucks you right in. I got kind of sucked in right back here just now.
Some jackass pulled off the road in a old Dodge Ram Charger. He pulls in here with his wife. They smell like they've been smoking dope. You need some help? Well, if I had a rope, I'd help you out. Well, why don't you pull in here? So he starts backing up and starts.
You get stuck.
So he turns around, which I thought he was gonna get stuck, and then he had to start it up the little incline there, and then started bouncing, and he tore that area up.
Yeah.
But you see how deep there.
Yeah. No, I was.
The question I have here is, how are we going to get Kyle? I can't back up into the hole he was in.
If you want to back up there and run the winch out, I've got that other strap. Can you get to him with the other strap?
We can hook your winch to my receiver, can't we?
The receiver, yeah.
So
I need
to get past his truck, and then we could probably hook these trucks together if we got enough
weight
stuff, and that might give us enough weight to pull him through, winch him through.
Yeah.
He's got a receiver on the back of his truck, so we could just stay hooked up right now.
Okay. Just have him back up to where...
Probably have to back up to where
he wants to be.
Yeah.
I'll just follow you up there then, and we can get the winch out.
He doesn't have a receiver. Why don't you pull over the side if you can, let him get around us. Stay to this side, because I think that we're better on this side than that other side if we get stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck.
I did pretty good.
To it with that rope and the other rope? Probably not, huh? load this thing. You got a pen?
I do.
Well, just slide it in. If you got a pen, I'll leave this pen here. Here you go, grab one side of that. Yeah. On that Dodge. This is how you don't break your Syncro.
Fuel drop, good idea.
Couldn't find my other one, but that winch is a beast.
Dragging a 5,000-pound truck.
I think we're done with the winch. That battery wasn't charged. So guess we'll throw the rope on it now and well, we got them both pulled out. It's nice having the right tools for the job. Got flipped around, and now it's time to peel on out of here and head back to the shop and close things down for the night. Get much Syncro action, but we rescued a couple of Chevys anyway. Maybe a GMC and a Chevy. I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Hopefully do some single cab videos next time. Tonight it was Syncro rescue videos. Catch you later.